we are
Right.
going to get into our core areas where, like shared with you, just before this session, we planned it. I ran a survey on LinkedIn also, and in a WhatsApp group also. And I was thinking, to be honest,
Mhm.
that, and I think this was something you shared also during our initial conversation, that the screen time is going to be at the top. People are going to complain about how do I get my child to, get off the screens. Uh, but surprisingly, expressing, I mean, now I'm labeling it. Emotions are not good or bad, but negative emotions, responses coming in an angry manner
Mm.
is at the top.
Yeah.
And it's pretty surprising because these children are 7, 8, 9, that age group. So I mean, I recently did a session on emotional intelligence with another,
Mhm.
expert. But
Okay.
uh, of course, your learning is that, no emotions are bad. You just have to manage it, channelize it. But of course, if the child is consistently doing it, which means he or she has not figured out a way to channelize his or her anger, right? I mean,
Right.
we all get
Right.
angry. Do we slam
Yeah.
doors? Do we throw ourselves from the roof? No.
Mm.
So,
Mm.
but I'm now curious of, first of all, why the child, a 7-year-old child, why is that angry response coming in? And then, in fact, one of the parents shared with me, I'll just share that whole cycle for your benefit, because I'm sure a lot of parents are facing this.
Mhm.
It starts from the topic that we were discussing. I've asked my child to do something, he or she is not doing it. I get angry because he or she is not doing it. And if once I get angry, the child gets angry, you know?
Right. Mm.
So, and then nobody knows what to do, you know?
Right. Right.
And so how do you propose that? How do
Yeah.
we deal with this?
So, once when you said this, there are two parts. I got one. When you said, why does a 7-year-old feel so angry? I wonder.
Mm-hmm.
Now, now we have our worries. They have their worries.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay.
So
Mm-hmm.
for us, when we, example, are not, we have a fight with our spouse and we
Mm,
feel that is a big problem. Come
mm,
on,
mm,
I
mm.
had such a big fight with my life partner. That is a big problem. So
Correct.
I am angry. I have some unpleasant emotions going on,
Mm.
negative emotions, if you want to call that. That is going on. But for a child, some conflict with school is going to create that kind of feeling inside.
Similar conflict, yeah.
And
Mm.
what we feel is just one small fight with a friend. It's
Yeah.
over an eraser.
Mm.
So
I
we
know.
invalidate there.
Correct,
Okay.
correct.
So first step is their anger is justified. Even we need to first change our mindset that even a 7-year-old can have
Can be angry.
stressors, have problems, and can be angry. Their reasons may look minuscule to you, but from
Mm.
where they see, that is a big problem.
It's a huge
So if
thing,
we
yeah.
are, it's a huge thing. So if first thing is we need to change our mindset. That when your child says, my friend took away my eraser and this has happened, and then you feel, instead of saying it's just an eraser, if you change
Mm.
your mindset and put in your head that it is a big thing for my child, then automatically your behavior or
Response
your
will change.
reaction
Mm.
exactly to that, this changes
Mm.
automatically. Then your child is able to sense that, oh, my mother understands me. So first
Mm.
thing is we need to change our mindset towards our child's anger.
Anger.
Okay.
Mm.
Now again, going back to tip of the iceberg.
Mm.
Anger is what you see, the child shouting or
Yeah.
throwing things
Mm.
out,
Mm.
is a reaction to something deeper. Deeper is the emotion which is angry. Anger is the emotion. Go a
Mm-hmm.
little more deeper. Why is the child feeling angry?
Mm.
What is happening? Often the child also doesn't realize that, I'm going through something which is making me angry. It is
Mm.
a 6, 7, 8-year-old child
Correct.
we are talking about. Okay.
Right, right, right.
Now, our work as parents here is we have first changed our mindset and accepted our child's anger, emotion, whatever emotion. And
Mm.
second is we help the child navigate it.
Mm. Correct.
How do
Mm.
I deal with it? Anger, emotional regulation doesn't come naturally.
Correct.
We
Absolutely.
can
Takes
only
time.
either
Mm-hmm.
we take it, keep it inside, or either we pent it up or we vent it up.
Those are the
Okay,
only
you
two
keep
ways.
it
Yeah.
inside. Yes, you keep it inside like a volcano. It is going to come somewhere in your adult life, maybe, but it will come someday.
Correct.
And if you went out, that shows as an angry behavior, which a parent is not able to handle. Okay.
So I'll stop you here for one moment because this is huge. Because I think, the first learning that we all as parents need to take away is that if your child is getting angry today, please take it as an opportunity. Do not judge it, do not label it, do not be sad. It's an opportunity for you to teach the child how to deal with anger, because we all get angry. I mean, even in adult life, there are going to be a million things that are going to make you angry on a single day. So it's an opportunity versus labeling your child, oh, my child gets angry. Rather, if
Right.
he or she was just bottling it up, that was worse. So I just wanted to make that point because I think that's a huge shift. Yeah.
That's a huge, I mean, I have to counsel adults later because they have pent it up.
Yeah.
So I would say venting out is better. But again, venting out can happen in a healthy way and unhealthy way.
Yeah.
Unhealthy way would be throwing out things.
Yeah.
Now, how do you teach your child what is the right way of emotional regulation? Best is role modeling. Best. Very difficult. That's where the difficulty is. That's where the difficulty is.
Exactly.
So, you need to, when you talk about emotional intelligence also, first step is self-awareness. Second, only once you're aware of what you are going through, the emotions you're going through, then we'll be able to regulate it, right? So, one tip, I would say practically what you can do, instead of getting into the theory, you can tell your child, you verbalize, you know what, this is the way you are throwing things around, that makes me angry right now. I'm going to calm myself down and take some deep breath. Very difficult. Very difficult.
In that moment, yeah.
In that moment, very difficult. Just imagine when it is difficult for you, how difficult it is for a child whose brain has also not got developed yet.
Correct.
So I would suggest, try doing this. This itself is an unlearning and relearning process for the mother. And children role model.
Of course, they feel, all the time.
When you get angry, this is what you do. So I started doing this with my children when they were 4 or something. The toddlerhood was crazy even for me with my children.
Correct.
So I would, of course, getting into the discipline, no shouting, no beating, all that stuff was there. But I was getting angry. So I would tell them, I had to start verbalizing them. And I wouldn't say because you threw that away, that is why. Okay, because that has fallen there.
I am feeling overwhelmed, so I am feeling, step away.
Yeah. But I didn't want to every time leave the room because I didn't want them to feel abandoned every time.
Yes.
So then I would say, I'm going to sit here and I'm going to calm myself down. And I would sometimes just for the drama's sake.
Just to model it.
Why? To model it.
Correct. Yeah.
And I have always been consistent with this, tried to be consistent with this most of the time. And now I see my children doing it. So that's why I want to tell parents, role modeling is always something that helps. Being consistent will always help. Your child is going to do that. It will take time. In my case, it has taken years.
No, it takes, I mean,
it takes.
It's a lifetime
but that is an internal.
Correct.
Yeah. Now I don't have to tell, calm down. Because children are automatically telling, I'm angry, I'll just step aside and take some deep breath. It's very funny, it's very cute, but I see that happening.
Correct.
So that is possible. So if I have to put it short, first of all, we try to change our mindset, the way we see our child's anger. Okay. We are okay with the child's feeling, but if the child is beating you at that time or throwing things around, then I would tell parents. Sometimes what parents don't really get it, what is gentle parenting and what is permissive parenting.
Correct.
What they say, oh, my child is angry and I have to allow my child to vent out. My child is hitting me. Okay, bacha, keep hitting me. We have not put any boundary there.
Exactly.
There is where we need to put the boundary. You are angry and that's okay. But you cannot hit me. And if need be, you hold your child's hand.
Correct.
If you want a hug, mama's right here. If you want a hug, you're getting angry. I do understand. But I will not allow you to hit me. I will not allow you to throw things around. Okay.
Correct.
So this way you give boundaries also. Plus at the same time, you accept the emotions. Once you accept, try to verbalize it for them. oh, you're angry right now. Something has happened. You surely look angry. That's why you wanted to throw things, or that's why you were raising your hand. And when slowly, see, it passes by, passes on, it goes. And then your child is at a more calm place where your child is able to understand what you speak. Because when your child is in that angry state,
that
no
time
sense can be made.
your cognitive
at
brain
that
is not
time.
working.
It's completely blocked. It's just the emotional brain has taken over the whole brain of you. So your child is not thinking. Trying to explain would be completely futile. At that time, you can't say how much I tried to make my child understand, but he did not understand. He will not, because his brain is not receptive at that time.
Correct.
Allow that to pass by. Verbalize it for your child. Get that awareness. Role model some methods of calming down, regulation, so that your child is also able to regulate.
So, Janice, to the point that you just mentioned, actually, one point which I would probably add to what you're saying is that if your child is expressing anger, throwing things, hitting, while a lot of it is, in that moment is involuntary, they're not thinking, oh, I want to hit that child, or I want to hit my mom, or I want to hit my dad. But it would make sense to probably deconstruct and go back and see, where is the child picking up this expression? Because what I'm saying is that, for example, like you said, if you, each time a parent is getting angry, she's just saying that, oh, I'm feeling angry, I'm going to calm down, right? So where is this modeling coming from, that I can slam doors when I'm angry? They've seen somewhere, so that it might help to just kind of go in that direction and see where it's coming from. You,
So
for all you know, it could be a YouTube video,
No, yeah, that is true. Even I would always think that, all this is coming from somewhere. That, a child hitting somebody is, the child has learned from somewhere. The child slamming the door. So a lot is learned also from home environment. Passively or actively, child is always learning from the neighbor, from the screen, from the parents also. But this thought of mine slightly changed when I saw my toddler. I have twins, okay? When my son, he would get angry, he would push my daughter. That time he was just 2, okay? So that they were never exposed to screen. We had no TV back then, okay? So yeah, we had no TV till they turned 6. So we didn't have TV. Nobody would push each other. Okay, and in the park also, we have always gone at a time where there were small babies, where nobody was pushing each other. So I think this somewhere instinctively has come from inside also. Hitting, pushing, being aggressive has been a human nature in our DNA for ages.
Flight and fright response. No, they're trying to save themselves.
That I'm feeling something difficult. Let me just fight. Let me just push. So that kind of thing also. See, a lot is learned, but there is, let's give it a benefit of doubt. Some things are coming from inside also. But now, there is a urge in my child now to push things, to hit somebody. But at the same time, I don't want him to hurt another human being. So what I did at that time was redirect it somewhere. You want to hit something, take a pillow. Because see, what happens is, when we are angry also, there's a rush of adrenaline. Let's understand that also. Mind and body is so interrelated that adrenaline wants to get out of your body. Hands and legs have to move at that time. So the child wants to hit something, give a pillow. I have given my child cushions. Take the cushion and put it on the floor. So what happens is, basically allowing that anger to go away, redirected it somewhere physically, because that time the child was very young. No thinking brain to make your child sit and think also.
Think about,
And also redirected, the energy had to be redirected somewhere. Okay, you want to push the ball. So whenever he was pushing the wall, he was being pushed. So that was funny. But that's how the energy also. So every time the child is getting angry, there is some adrenaline rush which is making your child very physical. Let's understand that also. Okay. And also, I'll tell you, between the age of 6 to 12, the second phase of development, the child's social skill and even gross motor skills are developing. The child wants more of physical outdoor play at this time.
Correct.
Okay. So allow your child that also.
Play
this
as
is just
much
I'm telling off topic. But allow that play, because this will allow what the small stressors that keep coming in their daily life. with your friends something has happened, in the school something has happened, all those things that happen, your child is able to vent it out during your play session. So allow
Physical
that
play.
also
Yeah.
physically, because that being put inside also gets makes the child very physical,
Physically.
violent with you
Yeah.
also.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hmm.
That's important. Great. So when we are dealing with emotions, we are saying that, you're only focusing at the tip of the iceberg, and notice of what could be going inside. Again, being curious, like what the child could be sort of feeling, which is leading them to feel angry, and then give them ways, like you said, one could hitting pillows, or, taking a
Pushing the
deep breath
wall.
in that moment, pushing the wall. So
Yes.
there, all these are, so instead of, I think the shift uh, is that instead of in your head trying to think that, oh, you know what, my child is angry at this moment, we have to rewire ourselves and say that, okay, what can I help, what can help my child in this moment, or how can I help my child in this moment, and then start of thinking solutions. I'm sure parents are intelligent enough, they can come up with their own solutions which work for their own children.
Right.
Yeah. Great. Okay. The